weekend, ABC 10's Walt Gray catches up with the journalists about the biggest political stories of the week. Here's Walt with more.
Welcome to our weekly discussion of all things current in California politics. I'm Walt Gray, joined this week by Rich Eisen, editor-in-chief of Capital Weekly publication. Rich, good to have you here. We're just a couple of days away from the actual election day, although many people have already voted, or maybe they're not voting this year. Who knows what the last tally will be. What are you seeing? Any movement at all with candidates, the proposition, or turnout?
Well, it really does depend a little bit on which poll you're looking at. I did see an interesting poll recently from PPIC, the Public Policy Institute of California, which is very reliable, that showed Katie Porter had inched a little closer to Steve Garvey. So I think right now what everyone's really paying the most attention to is it possible that she might catch him and catch that #2 spot to set up a really interesting runoff in November. I think we're all pretty much of the mind that, Steve Garvey's not going to present much of a challenge to Adam Schiff, who looks pretty much like he's going to finish first. And at this point, Prop 1, the big proposition from the governor, looks like it's going to probably do quite well.
Okay. Speaking of the governor, another recall effort against him, which some people are like, okay, what's going on here? Because in 2021, he overwhelmingly defeated that. So what's the take on this?
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty easy to dismiss it as just, another one of these wild hairs. But the reality is every governor in this state since about 1940 has faced multiple recall attempts, including Ronald Reagan, including Pete Wilson. I read an interesting piece the other day that said, the people doing this recall or attempting this recall are pretty deeply in debt. So that might have something to do with running this one. It's just one of those things. I don't think anybody expects this to go very far. We will see. They have to get 1.3 million signatures, which last time they got a little bit of an assist from the courts that gave them extra time to get the signatures. Right. Not likely to happen this time.
Okay. We have we always talk about Prop 47 and the revision of that and what it could look like. What's the governor's vision for Prop 47 redone a little bit?
I have not seen anybody in legislative leadership or the governor's office indicate any willingness to foster any major amendments to Proposition 47. We just were with the Senate Pro Tem the other day. He said, I'm almost quoting here, he said, I don't see any need to change Prop 47, full stop. That said, both chambers are looking at a variety of possibilities to make a bigger effort to go after online retail theft. One of the more interesting ones I saw is a bill by Nancy Skinner that would require online sellers to verify that, or I should not say online sellers, but the online marketplaces where they sell, to verify that those sellers are, what their chain of acquisition is on their goods. So that could be something really to keep an eye on.
That's a wild west. You get on Amazon Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, and you're having to take people at their word. Bring your mechanic if you're looking for a car.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Rich, thank you. Good to see you here on this Sunday morning. If you would like to reach out to Rich Eisen, you can do so at rich.eisen@capitalweekly.net.